Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. And today we are going to be talking about me and my goals. So my next competition coming up is Whea World's Strongest Man under 100 kilos natural. Really looking forward to this. I did Whea World's Strongest Man last year in the under 100 kilos and came fourth. And it was a very annoying fourth place because the second last event I was in second in the standings going into the last event. And then just because of a fraction of a second, bit of a wobble on the old frame walk thing that we had, it pushed me back down to, I think, fifth out of six guys in that event, and that pushed me off the podium and into fourth. Quite annoying. So definitely coming back with a vengeance this year. However, there are some different events. There'll be different athletes. It's going to be in a different place as well. So there's going to be a lot of different factors to deal with. But nonetheless, I think I have a good shot of making a podium. I don't think it's out of the question. The only thing that's not to my benefit is I don't actually know many of the guys going here. I know one of them who I've competed against once early last year, that being Nick Green. Check out his merch as well, by the way. I believe it's called, Jesus, what is it called? I can't remember what it's called, but it will be linked in here somewhere anyway. Check out his merch. I need to actually advertise it soon. It's pretty freaking cool, I won't lie. Oh yeah, the Natty Crusaders, that's the one, yeah. But yeah, so the competition is taking place on Saturday the 4th of October and Sunday the 5th of October. So the reason they have 2 days is because they have qualifying events similar to World's Strongest Men, and they have the finals. So on the day of the qualifiers, we have 4 events. We have the max log press, which is 3 lifts. So I'm assuming it's going to be set weight jumps, probably 5 kilo jumps, more than likely. I would be hoping myself around 120 kilos. Now, I do have a bit of an issue with the max log. Anytime I've done it in comp, I have failed it on my opener because I've opened too heavy. The last time this happened was in Ireland's Strongest Man start of the year, Ireland's Natural Strongest Man under 90 kilos. And where I fucked up was basically I opened at 110 kilos. Now, I did 105 in the warm-ups, and 105 felt piss easy. It was no problem whatsoever. So I said, fuck it, I'm going to go 110, and my plan was to finish up at around 120. Did not happen, as I failed 110, and that was that. So that was a real kick in the balls for the start of the competition. Still managed to battle my way back to 4th place overall, so I was pretty impressed with the comeback. But still, not ideal. So this time the plan is, I think I'm going to open at 105 kilos. I think that's a very sensible jump. Log has been feeling pretty good in training. I've been really focusing on the clean, and I've actually tried a new technique, which you might be able to see in the video or maybe not, where I am actually staggering my hand position slightly. So when I pick up the log, because it has a super wide handle, I'll put one hand maybe an inch kind of away from the center frontways and another one an inch back, and that actually helps me to stay stable at the top as well, because I noticed before when I was log pressing, I'd push it up and then I'd kind of like not fall backwards, but I'd have to walk backwards to steady it, and I'd feel really unbalanced. So that has really helped with that. So 120 kilos is a plan for that. In terms of where I'd place there, I think they have 10 guys usually in the comp, so sixth, even 5th or 6th to be ideal here. I wouldn't expect massive points with 120. I think there's probably going to be some animals there going for the 140 mark. Into event 2, we have the max deadlift. Now this is a lift that I like a lot more. We have 3 lifts. I would assume again set weight jumps, probably 10 kilo jumps. I am hoping for 290 kilos on the day. 290 I think is sensible. I had said originally to a few mates of mine that I'd like to hit 300 kilos by the end of the year. looking at it now and looking at the comps I've coming up, I think it would actually be a silly idea, because if I went for 300 on the second event of a 7-event show, I think my posterior chain and CNS would be absolutely cooked. And yeah, it would not do well for the whole competition. We got a lot of events, so I think 290, number one will be a PB, because my current PB is 285. And it's also, obviously I'd have to try hard to do that, but I'm not going to have to kill myself to do it. So I think that would be the smart move for event 2. Then into event number 3, we have another decent enough event for me. We have the Farmer's Walk for Time, so basically fastest time wins. It's 2 by 50 meter lengths. Not a big deal in terms of distance. Distance is completely fine. Now the weight is where there's a reason for the distance being so short. It's 120 to 150 kilos per hand. They haven't confirmed the actual weight per weight class yet. That's just for all of the men. I would be assuming, given that we are the second heaviest weight class there, we're probably going to be going for, I would imagine, anywhere between like 135 to 150 kilos, possibly 150. I would be thinking probably around the 140 mark, all depending on the day, of course. It's a decent event for me. I would be hoping in a lineup of 10, I'd be hoping for top 5 there. I have been playing around a lot with Farmer's Walk recently in terms of my stride, like how do I actually attack the event? Because I've always been wondering with Farmer's Walk, anytime it gets heavy, I get so much slower, and I'm always wondering, like, why does this happen? And I was just playing around with it a bit, and I realized with myself that when it was light, I'd kind of run with it, so I'd be bending my knees like a lot more than I'd need to, and I'd still go pretty fast because it wouldn't be heavy enough to stop me. But then when it gets heavy, like if I keep doing that, I've actually noticed that I'm kind of like squatting up the weight with each step. You're kind of doing a lunge and stepping up with essentially double your body weight in your hands. So like I've discovered that basically being as upright as possible and keeping your feet moving as fast as possible, keeping your feet fairly narrow and just going forward non-stop, that seems to be working wonders for me at the minute. So yeah, I'd expect the top 5 there. I'd be hoping for it. If I was outside top 5 there, I would be surprised. Or otherwise, I'm just competing against absolute animals. It was the event that caught me out last year, so we'll see. But I think I've improved. So on to event number 4, we have the stone to shoulder. In the rules, it says that there's no tacky. They don't specify whether it's concrete stones or the rubber stones. The fact they say no tacky, I'm assuming it's concrete. We did rubber stones before at Ireland's this year. We did 110 kilos and I managed 3 reps. And I was really annoyed I didn't get 4 because I very nearly got 4. It was just my hand position, watching the video back, was slightly off on the way up, and that actually ruined my ability to get it. And the grip on the rubber stones is absolutely horrendous. So for the concrete stones, if that is what we're doing, I would actually prefer them, to be honest, as anytime I've trained it with the Atlas stones outside, you get a very good grip. They do bruise you a little bit more. You might get a little scratch on the ear, which I've gotten a few times, but I'd rather that and being able to get it up no better than dealing with poor grip. So should be a good event for me there, possibly a top 5 here as well. More than anything, so outside the top 5 thing, I just want to get 4 reps. It's just kind of a personal thing I want to set to bed for myself, just get it done. As for the weight of it, they say it's between 90 and 120 kilos. I would be assuming it's around 110, given that we're the second heaviest weight class. So yeah, that is the situation for day 1. Given the events on day 1, I think there's a decent chance that I should make the finals. The way they do it is the top 6 guys will go through from every weight class all the way through. If there's 10 guys in there, I think I can make top 6 with these events. They look pretty good for me. So yeah, fingers crossed. So on to day 2, October 5th on the Sunday. We have the finals events, which there are 3. Number 1, we have the Conan's Wheel, which will weigh anywhere between 230 and 280. I'd imagine it's going to be closer to 280. Again, we're the second heaviest weight class, so you'll be assuming. Conan's Wheel is a very cool event. Your distance is recorded in degrees, so 360 is obviously a full rotation. Never actually done this event before. Looks really cool. I would think on paper it should be a decent event for me, given that endurance events in general are pretty good. I've done very good on sandbag carries for distance in the past. As long as my cardio is up and my pain tolerance is up, then I should be decent at this event. Pain tolerance and endurance are absolutely key here. I would be hoping to take a top 3 in this event. If I got that, I would be ecstatic. Now on to event number 2, which is my arch nemesis for the whole competition, is the Dinny Stones hold for time. Grip holds for time in general have been my nemesis since I started Strongman. My very first comp, I placed 4th in this event, which actually wasn't that bad. It was my only placing I had outside the top 3 out of the 5 events that I had to do on that day, which doesn't sound that bad. But then I did Whea Ireland's Strongest Man in 2024, the under 100 kilo, and I came 4th in that, which doesn't sound bad, but there was only 4 people competing, so it was last. So not great for me. Grip holds for time have never been my strength, and I don't think it's necessarily because I have bad grip. I just think it's because mentally I'm struggling to like lock in. And one thing that's affecting me on that end is I think I'm being too OCD about it. Like one of my hands might start opening early, and as a result, I might just think to myself, oh yeah, it's slipping, I need to drop it. Whereas I've actually held it up before, and like even when my hand is starting to open, I can still probably get an extra 20 seconds out of it. Like, so I think I just need to not like focus too much on when the hands are starting to open and just focus on just fighting it all the way to the end. So truthfully, I think 4th out of 6 here would be like, that would be an ecstatic result. That would be amazing. I'd be aiming for 4th or 5th. 6th is possible if I'm acting the bollocks and I haven't done my training properly. But I'd be aiming for 4th. That'd be the aim. Then on to the last event, we have a medley starting with a dumbbell, a sack carry, and a sled carry. So what they've said for the weights of the dumbbell is anywhere between 40 to 60 kilos. Again, because of our weight class, I'd be assuming we're getting 55, 60. Now, this is the one thing that could catch me out as well, because in training, 60 kilos has been hit and miss. My form is improving, especially in terms of the leg drive. I found that when I was dipping and driving before, I wouldn't maintain control of the dumbbell. It would start like slipping off my shoulder as I was going down. But I have really slowed down the dip, and that has seemed to improve maintaining control of the dumbbell. It's not a flawless plan as such. It hasn't worked every time I've done it, but it's worked half the time I've done it. I do need to work my hand position on the dumbbell as well. I've been told several times by several people I need to grab the dumbbell higher on the handle. So yeah, that would be my plan for that one. And if I get the dumbbell first go, I should be good for this event. Next in, we have 110 to 130 kg sack carry. This is probably going to be the easiest part of the medley for me. Sandbag carry is my game, and I don't think I'm going to be carrying that far anyway. Like, going fast with sandbags is what I specialize in. So even if it's the 130 kg sandbag carry, not worried about that. Last event then, or last part of the event, is a 200 to 300 kg. It just says sledge on the website. I'm assuming they mean sled. Sled carry of some kind. So this should be fine for me as long as I keep my feet like moving like very consistently. So even when my quads start like burning up heavily, which they will towards the end of it, that I keep pushing through, keep getting in as much air as possible, and jerking on the rope of the sled or whatever we have to hold onto it as much as I can. Just kind of getting the technique bang on with that, and just making sure that I push through the pain or whatever. It should be fine. I'm not too worried about that. That's probably my best event on day 2, to be honest. But yeah, like my overall goal for this competition, I'd be very happy to make a podium. I will be trying my little best to win it as well, as I believe I was not miles out from winning it last year. As I say, I was in position for second, and I don't know how many points were between me and first place going into the last event, but I don't think it was much. I think it was around maybe 3. So let's say if I had come first and he had come fourth, which I think he did, he came third or fourth, then I might have won overall. So, it was kind of fine margins in the end. So like winning this competition is by no means am I out of contention. Do I think I'm the most likely person to win it? Probably not. But I think a podium is very achievable. But I really need to be on my A game with the Dinny Stones. I have to do as good as I can there. I have to get the dumbbell first go. If I don't get a first go, I am going to be in a bit of bother. But assuming I come 5th or 4th in the Dinny Stones, and like I think, I don't want to predict it early, but I think I could definitely come top 3 in the medley at the end. Winning it is possible, probably top 2, we'll say. But overall, I think I could do pretty solid in day 2. And the overall competition, as I say, podium, be very happy with. But I'm not going to go to any competition and not try and win. So we are going to be trying to win the whole time. And we'll just see where we land. So yeah, excited to get out there. I have about 4.5 weeks of training left to do. Training's been going pretty decent at the moment. Farmer's walk has been going very good. Log press has been going very good. Deadlift has been going very good. Stone shoulder has been going decent as well. The dumbbell I've only started doing now. Conan's wheel I've yet to train. And the grip hold is meh. So as I was saying, day 1 is looking amazing for me. Day 2, we just have to wait and see. But I think I can do some damage, and I think winning is not impossible. So yeah, that is what we're going to try and do, and we will see you guys later. Do not forget to subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and yeah, maybe share the video around, and we'll see you later, guys.